So, welcome back everybody to the channel. Thanks for continuing to watch and subscribe and like the videos. It really helps, that's appreciated. So I'm in a bit of a different location here today. I'm actually out at Pleinmont Point in Guernsey, and I'll just spin the camera around and I'll show you the views. So we've got lovely views today, beautiful weather, and I don't know if you can see it, but that down there is the Hanois Lighthouse. So it's just, there you go. It's about as best I can get it for you. But yeah, so that's quite a long way out, that one. But that isn't the reason I've come up here today. Pleinmont Point it's got lots of World War II German bunkers and things like that. So I thought I'd come and investigate some for anyone that's interested in World War II and the Germans occupying the Channel Islands. Up here there's some bunkers and some gun points, gun emplacements that have been restored. So I thought people might like it to go and take a look. So what we're up here to see actually is that. If you can see it just over the top sticking out. Where is it? There it is. So that is the turret of a piece of artillery, which we're going to walk round and have a look. So if you're interested, come with me. So this is the start of our little journey. So there's a little machine gun point there, and we've got many trenches here, and a lot of them are covered over to. Let's have a look. Can you get in there? What I might do when I get further along is change the video settings so you can see these things a little bit better. But it's trenches, so it's all trenches, and then we'll get to some which will be, this would have been another gun point, I guess. I don't profess to be an expert in these things, but they're nice to come and have a look at. So just heading back down round this way now, and it's our first sort of entrance to a bunker, which is camouflaged on top. So you just got to watch your head on these because it's bits of wire and stuff, but in that well camouflaged, and that would have, up there would have been an escape ladder of some kind, I guess. Not sure what that would have been in there. You can't get in this one, but I just thought I'd show you it anyway. It's padlocked off, but we'll walk round to the other side. It does say here there, if you do come here, there is a warning here to say the area is crossed by German field defences, including trenches and a gun pit. Members of the public who choose to visit the area do so entirely at their own risk. Because you could potentially go walking over the top of that, I suppose, which wouldn't be a good thing. So, and there's our gun. It's a big boy. So that there is a French 10-ton 22-centimetre gun that was restored by Guernsey Armories in 1997. Now there's 4 of these pits, but this is the only one with a gun in it, and this is pit number 3, gun pit number 3. So it would have been looking out to sea there and potentially shooting anything that approached, I guess. We're going to go down and have a look at the 10s in all the trenches anyway. You can't just see, but they're over there in the distance, just at the foot of that pylon tower, is an observation tower. Now, there's one over there which I might try and get in afterwards if we're lucky. And there's another one over that way, which we can't quite see at the moment because of the gorse. But let's go and have a look in the trenches. What a gun that is. So I think this is the last surviving one of this type in Europe, according to what I've read. So it's nice that we've got something. It was the gun turret itself was originally retrieved, I think, from the cliffs in Jersey, and they've shipped it over here and used it for here. But yeah, it looks brilliant, doesn't it? We'll go down in the pit and have a look. So just heading down under the camouflage. Now that there, I guess, is the other side of the bunker, which we saw from the other side that was padlocked off. But no access to that, but nicely camouflaged. Just in a little bunny rabbit, made me jump. Run right past me. There he is in the corner over there, look. We won't scare him. But these are all little rooms. Little rooms, and there's, look how it would have rotated. Fantastic. So, different rooms here, some beds in that one. I guess that's reproduced, I suppose. And the gun, the base of the gun. Yeah. There's another one in there. The gun, look at that. Some size, isn't it? Wind it up and rotate it, I guess. I don't think it rotates anymore, but apparently I have read that they still fire blanks in this gun occasionally. A little look down here. Nothing left to see in these ones. Yeah, what a beast. What a beast. Humongous. Massive, that is. Massive. Very impressive. Now they cleared out, apparently they cleared out, digging all this out. It was all buried after the war. And they used an excavator. And a lot of it by hand, I guess, to dig it all out, to create this feature which people can come and now have a look at. So now we're going down deeper and deeper. It's a good job it's not smell-o-vision. It does smell a little bit here, I've got to be honest. But yeah, so I brought a torch with me as well. There's original doors still on these bunkers here, so you can get through under this side. Original doors there. The bunker. Don't know if there's anything in there. Can have a look. Rubbish people have used. Yeah. But look at those doors. Something else they are. Massive, look, very thick. I don't know if you can see the thickness of that. It's nice and thick. There's another one over here. There's two of these. They don't swing, they're rigid, to be fair. And the ceiling, look, shuttered steel in the ceiling. I don't know if you can see that. Again, these doors, the thickness of these doors, they've got to be over 1 inch thick. There must be some weight. Right, so we can head up the other side now and have a little look. Mind your head. So we're out, so I'll just spin round. That's where we've just come from. Down there. Let's have a little look where this takes us. Been another exit there. It's a bit blocked off. There's some steps going up. So another World War II trench. There's a bit of clearing out. This course is quite sharp. Oh yeah, but it takes us back out. So that's where we've just come out of. Well, I hope you like that. That was good. I mean, the way they've restored that gun, I think it's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, after the war immediately, I think they tried to rid every site of the Germans and stuff, but it's part of the history, it's there, so if you can look back at some of it, I guess it's a good thing. So the other part is that that gun would have needed to know where to shoot. So for that, you've got these observational towers. One thing for sure though, just to show you, if ever you do come here, watch where you're going, because that is a cliff face, and you wouldn't want to be falling down there. You wouldn't want to fall off there, would you? Batterie Dolman. Batterie Dolman. If you want to pause the video, I'm sure you might be able to read all that. Now that in the distance there, I think is known as MP4 observational tower. So a huge thing built on the cliff face to help spot any boats at sea that might warrant the gunfire, I suppose. So yeah, MP4, I think that one is. Observation tower. So there's another bunker underneath that there. We've walked to this one that I showed you from back when I was at the gun. I'm not sure if you can go in it, but we'll soon find out. Unless you access it from underneath inside. Yeah, you probably do. Look at that. Don't know if that's showing up anything in there. See what I mean with these cliffs? Got to watch your step around here. Look at that, eh? They certainly like their concrete, the Germans. In fact, that one there, you can see the concrete's actually blown it there, look. Blown it back to the rebar, which eventually will rot and come down, I guess, in years to come. So this is another one of those observational towers. And that gun that we saw originally is up there, just sticking its nose out. There she goes. I'm not sure what sort of range it did have. I'll check. So I'm just having a read. When they cleaned out for that gun emplacement, apparently 1,000 tons of spoil was removed out of there using an excavator, and a lot of hard work with shovels, I guess, as well, for the nooks and crannies. This is from outside again, looking in. And onto the views. All about the Hanois Lighthouse. If you'd like to know more, freeze the image and read away. So I'm still round by Pleinmont Point with some other fortifications behind me. The island's full of them. But I said I'd try and get you a better shot of the Hanois Lighthouse. So here we go. This is about the closest I can get on land. I can get a little bit closer, I suppose, but a bit of a feat building that out there, isn't it? Yeah, that's the Hanois Lighthouse. And then just a panoramic view here. You can probably see just in the distance there's another observation tower, and if I walk round, I think this one is called MP3, which you can actually visit and go in. As you can see, there's people on the top of that. I think it's only about £4. It's open Wednesdays and Sundays, I think, between 2 and 4 to get in there. I can't go in there now because it's a little bit busy, but might try that another day when it's a bit quieter. But yeah, what an observation tower that is. So that used to direct the 4 gun emplacements, I guess, as to where to shoot. So another little short video though, just a different view up at Pleinmont. So you can, it's worth a visit if you're over in Guernsey to pop and see that, part of Adolf Hitler's German defences. What do they call it? The Atlantic Wall, that's it. Part of the Atlantic Wall. It's so heavily fortified, the Channel Islands, it's unbelievable. There's lots of these all over the place, so definitely worth a visit if you're into that sort of thing, for sure. I'm not sure if that gave you a little insight as to what we've got over here, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for continuing to watch, like and subscribe, and I shall see you again next time. See ya.